bro. Back then, so fast, so quick, right? You like, how is it still day 18? Because I looked and it was only 19 hours. It's been 24 hours and I'm back at you again with another one. So shout out to me for the consistency of something. And this is not easy, believe me, but it is needed to start the day the right way. I should have been on here, should have been there because I've been moving around. God bless me, God bless you. Let's get into this word. God forgive me my sins. Be with me all the days of my life. In Jesus' name, I ask you to give me some understanding out of your word. I ask you to get a listener some understanding out of your word. In Jesus' name, amen. Make sure I ain't got my headphones on. You gotta make sure we ain't got the headphones on. If you did, they was on and you ain't hear that, that was a prayer. Before we get into this word. You was with us earlier, did you know Deuteronomy is through? We now in the Joshua. This is Joshua 1. Wait. Let me get right. Get right. Okay, excuse me for I should have did all that before I started the camera, but this is raw learning YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be a YouTuber working on it. Thank you for watching. If I become big and great, maybe you can just hit me in a DM with your business ideal, and I can invest in you then once I got some millions for me. But until then, Joshua chapter 1. God's charge to Joshua. Now it came about after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, that the Lord spoke to Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' servant, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, cross this Jordan, you and all this people, to the land which I have given to them, to the sons of Israel. Every place on which the sole of your foot treads, I have given it to you, just as I spoke to Moses. From the wilderness, this Lebanon, even as far as the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, as far as the great sea towards the settling of the sun, will be your territory. No man will be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I have been with Moses, I will be with you. I will not fail you or forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you shall give this people possession of the land, which I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and very courageous. Be careful to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, so that you may have success wherever you go. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have success. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not tremble or be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua assumes command. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the midst of the camp, and command the people, saying, prepare provision for yourselves, for within 3 days you are to cross this Jordan, to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God is giving you to possess, to the Reubenites and to the Gadites, and to the half tribe of Manasseh. Joshua said, remember, fool on the Bible, you can't have that. Stick to the Bible, baby. Remember the word which the Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, the Lord your God gives you rest and will give you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you beyond the Jordan. But you shall cross before your brothers in battle array. All your valiant warriors, and shall help them, until the Lord gives your brothers rest, as he gives you. And they also possess the land which the Lord your God is giving them. Then you shall return to your own land and possess that which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise. They answered Joshua, saying, all that you have commanded us we will do, and wherever you send us we will go. Just as we obeyed Moses in all things, so we will obey you. Only may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Anyone who rebels against your command and does not obey your words and all that you command him shall be put to death. Only be strong and courageous. So because we just started in this chapter, we're going to go ahead and jump into chapter 2. Let's keep it going. We need blessings in our life. We need protection in our life. We need understanding of God, so we can be living right. Just leave. You're there. Rehab shelter spies. Then Joshua the son of Nun sent 2 men as spies secretly from Shittim, saying, go, view the land, especially Jericho. So they went and came into the house of a harlot whose name was Rehab, and lodged there. Did I say Rehab shelter spies? Yeah, that's the title of Rehab shelter spies. Like she hides the spies. Okay, it was... So they went and came into the house of a harlot whose name was Rehab, and lodged there. It was told the king of Jericho, saying, behold, men from the sons of Israel have come here tonight to search out the land. And the king of Jericho sent word to Rehab, saying, bring out the men who have come to you, who have entered your house, for they have come to search out all the land. But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. And she said, yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. It came about when it was time to shut the gate at dark that the men went out. I do not know where the men went. Pursue them quickly, for you will overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof and hidden them in the stalks of the flax, which she had laid in order on the roof. Excuse me. So the men pursued them on the road to the Jordan, to the fords. And as soon as those who were pursuing them had gone out, they shut the gate. Now before they lay down, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that the terror of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land have melted away before you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you, when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon and Og, whom you utterly destroyed. When we heard it, our hearts melted, and no courage remained in any man any longer because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and on earth beneath. Now therefore please swear to me by the Lord, since I have dealt kindly with you, that you also will deal kindly with my father's household, and give me a pledge of truth, and spare my father and my mother and my brothers and my sisters with all who belong to them, and deliver our lives from death. So the men said to her, our life for yours. If you do not tell this business of ours, and it shall come about when the Lord gives us the land, that we will deal kindly and faithfully with you. The promise to Rehab. Then she let them down by a rope through the window, for her house was on the city wall, so that she was living on the wall. She said to them, go to the hill country, so that the pursuers will not harpen upon you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days until the pursuer returns. Then afterwards you may go on your way. She said to them, go to the hill country, so that the pursuers will not happen upon you, and hide yourselves there for 3 days until the pursuers return. Then afterwards you may go on your way. The men said to her, we shall be free from this oath to you which you have made us swear, unless when we come into the land you tie this cord of scarlet thread in the window through which you let us down, and gather to yourselves into the household your father and your mother and your brother and all your father's household. It shall come about that anyone who goes out of the doors of your house into the street, his blood shall be on his own head, and we shall be free. But anyone who is with you in the house, his blood shall be on our head if a hand is laid on him. But if you tell this business of ours, then we shall be free from the oath which you have made us swear. She said, according to your word, so be it. So she sent them away, and they departed. And she tied the scarlet cord in the window. They departed and came to the hill country and remained there for 3 days, until the pursuers returned. Now the pursuers had sought them all along the road, but had not found them. Then the 2 men returned and came down from the hill country and crossed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun. And they related to him all that had happened to them. They said to Joshua, surely the Lord has given all the land into our hand. Moreover, all the inhabitants of the land have melted away before us. And that was chapter 1 and 2 of Joshua. Well, Rahab hid the spies. Oh, did I tell y'all? I'm not playing. We is back on the Grizzly, Millionaire Mission. I got them with me. I'm loading. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's upside down? Oh, okay. There we go. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what it is. Millionaire Mission. So if you need some now, you can even just DM me and I can even just ship it out right now. We got the product on deck, man. Understand? But let's do some increasing of our financial IQ because we need to make more money. I got a challenge for y'all too. Challenge one of my dogs. I'll challenge y'all. If you be the 1 or 2 people that be looking at these videos, appreciate you. You feel me? But I got a challenge for you. I want you to drop in the comments. Challenge is July, from here to July 6th. I need one. Need you to drop in the comments. 1 cash flow producing asset. If you know 2, you can drop 2. Well, 1 cash flow producing asset that you can basically invest in today and start producing cash flow. And also I need 1 passive income that you can invest in, you know, once you save whatever the amount is, whether it's 100, 5, or 1,000. 1 passive income that you can invest in and start making money or seeing returns or dividends on today. If you know that, your financial IQ is up there. Drop it in the comments for us all who our financial IQ is not there yet, because we're trying to get there. And we want to be investing by July 6th. For those of us that got it, you can invest quicker. But July 6th. So this is increasing your financial IQ. I had to close the light because that it's hot out there. It's just hot. 105 degrees to be exact. Really hot out there. I almost want to lose this light. Yeah, y'all don't need no light. Y'all just need to hit me. Light make it hot in here right now. Why the rich get richer. Looking at the diagram on page 43, it is easy to understand why the rich get richer. Let me let y'all look at the diagram. Pause it. Look at the diagram, take a screenshot, zoom in, so you understand what we're doing. Okay. One of the reasons the poor and middle class struggle is that they work for money and a steady paycheck. The problem with working for money is you have to work harder, longer, or charge more to make more money. The problem with physically working harder and longer is that we all have a finite amount of time and energy. One of the reasons why the rich get richer is that every year they work to build or acquire more assets. Adding more assets does not require working harder or longer. In fact, the higher a person's financial IQ, the less he or she works while acquiring more and better quality assets. You see, assets work for the rich by producing passive income. Every year, Kim and I set goals as to how many new assets we want. We do not set goals to make more money. When Kim first started investing in real estate in 1989, she had a goal of 20 residential properties in 10 years. At the time, it seemed like a major task. She started with a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Portland, Oregon, 18 months, not 10 years. Later, she blew past her goal of 20 properties. After she reached her goal, she sold the units, taking capital gains of over $1 million and upgraded for bigger and better units in Phoenix, Arizona, tax-free. In 2007, her personal goal is to add an additional 500 rental units to her portfolio. She already has over 1,000 units paying her passive income. Ooh. Gotta hit the right place right now. First, gotta lean to it. Y'all was cute, but it's really cool. Seems like AC has come back with the weather right now. That's on the page, back here, right? In 2007, her personal goal is to add an additional 500 rental units to her portfolio. She has over 1,000 units paying her passive income. The least tax income every month. She makes more money than most men, and she has accomplished all of this as an entrepreneur. My focus is to increase my cash flow for business assets and commodities. I invest heavily in oil, gold, and silver companies. As an educational entrepreneur, each time I write a book, I receive income for years in the form of royalties from approximately 50 publishers in different parts of the world. I'm also adding a franchise system of distribution to the business. I learned from my rock and roll business that it is better to be the licensor than to be the licensee. Although I love real estate, I enjoy entrepreneurship in the B quadrant a lot more. I do not write about this to brag. In fact, I hesitate to disclose our wealth and how we made it. There are people who resent those who make a lot of money, as you will find out in our next chapter on financial predators. It's dangerous to let people know you are rich. One big reason why I risk disclosing what we do and make is because Kim and I are committed to your financial education and increasing your financial IQ. A massive problem with financial education is that most of the people selling or sharing financial education come from the E and the S quadrants. They are employees or self-employed people. Most are not really rich. Many are journalists who write about money but have little money themselves. Or they are salespeople such as stock and real estate brokers. Many of these financial experts have what other E's and S's have. They have retirement plans filled with stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Many are counting on stocks market for financial survival and will be wiped out if there is a massive market crash during their retirement. Many will struggle if the U.S. dollar continues to decline in purchasing power and inflation takes off. In short, many financial experts handing out financial advice do not know if their retirement plans will work. If they did, many would have retired. Kim and I know our retirement plans works. We know because passive income pours in every month from our assets. We are not putting money in savings, bonds, or mutual funds for the future. If we are wiped out, which is always possible, our real assets will be our financial IQ. We can rebuild again because we focus more on learning rather than earning. We learn to manage our own money rather than turn our money over to the E's and the S's. As Rich Dad said, just because you invest or are self-employed does not mean you are an investor or a business owner. In summary, the secret to making more money is found in the following diagram. Okay, I gotta show y'all this diagram. That's the diagram. Got it? It says intelligent pointing up. Got a problem coming in. Problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. So it starts at the bottom with a problem. And it comes into another problem. Then you got another problem. Then you got a solution. And a solution. Solution. Every problem you got a solution. So it says, the secret to making more money is found in the following diagram. In order to grow wealthy, you must come to terms with the fact that problems will never go away. Each time you find a solution to a problem, a new one will pop up. The key is to realize that the process of solving those problems makes you rich. And once you start solving not only your own problems but others as well, then the sky's the limit. People will pay money for you to solve their problems. For example, I will pay money to my doctor to keep me healthy. I pay money to my housekeeper to keep my house tidy. I shop at my local supermarket because my problem is hunger and starvation if I don't eat. I pay the person who runs a local restaurant for providing great food and a great dining experience. I pay taxes to public servants to provide a well-run government. I put money in the offering plate at church to support my spiritual guidance and education. Kim makes a lot of money because she solves a big problem, the problem of quality housing at affordable price. The more she works to solve that problem, the more money she makes. I work hard to solve the problem of the need for financial education. Simply put, there are trillions of ways to make more money because there are trillions of, if not infinite, problems to solve. The question is, which problems do you want to solve? The more problems you solve, the richer you will become. Many people want to get paid for doing nothing and are unwilling to solve any problems. They want to be paid more than the problems they are solving is worth. One of the reasons I did not join a union shipping company is because I am a capitalist, not a laborer. In fact, one of the reasons there are fewer U.S. ships today is because it costs too much money to operate a U.S. merchant ship, and that is one reason why most cargo and passenger ships in the U.S. ports are not manned with U.S. citizens. The high cost of operating a U.S. ship is why so many graduates of my school, King Point, cannot find jobs when they graduate today. This is the problem of wanting to be paid more and doing less. My poor dad was a union man. In fact, he was the head of the teachers of Union Highway. I understand this point of view that teachers have more power as a collective group. Without a union, teachers will be paid even less and have fewer benefits. Without a teachers union, education would suffer more than it suffers today. My rich dad was a capitalist. Capitalists believe in producing a better product for a better price. If you cannot deliver a better product at a better price to more people, then the market will punish you. In other words, a capitalist gets paid to solve problems, not create problems, unless you make puzzles. Many think of capitalists as pigs, and many are greedy pigs. Yet there are capitalists who do a lot of good, such as provide health care, food, transportation, energy, and communications to the world. As a capitalist who does my best to make the world a better place, my problem is with people who want to be paid for doing nothing, are paid more to do less. In my opinion, a person who wants to be paid more and do less or nothing is also a greedy pig. Those who want to be paid more for doing less will find life harder as the world changes. For example, labor unions that demand higher wages and benefits for less work are the major reason why jobs move overseas today in America. A unionized auto worker is paid about $75 an hour, including benefits. In China, the same auto worker is paid about 75 cents an hour. As I write, Chrysler has signed a deal with China's Cherry Motors to produce cars. Price, less than $2,500 a car. That is about the same price as health insurance costs added to every American car. A true capitalist is simply someone who recognizes a problem, creates a product or service to address that problem. You can charge a higher price if your product or service has a higher perceived value, but there needs to be added value. For example, I charge more money for my books and games because to some people there's more perceived educational value in them. For many other people, my books and games are not worth the price. Many do not value my brand of financial education because my brand of financial education does not solve their financial problem. Many people do not believe the rules of money changed in 1971 and 1974 and want to believe that they can keep working hard, saving money, investing in mutual funds, and expecting more pay for less work for their sake and their family financial future. I hope those beliefs and actions solve their financial problems. For your sake, I hope you do not believe that. I have a hunch that you don't, since you are reading this book and actively increasing your financial intelligence by doing so. Now, to think about what problems you need to solve, engage those problems head on, and the money will follow. And once you have that money, you're going to need to use every ounce of your financial intelligence to protect it. That's what the next chapter is all about, financial IQ number 2, protecting your money. All right, we ran a little longer than we usually do. I hope y'all stuck around. If you stuck around, you know, shout out to you. Put a stand my ground in the comment section, and I know that you was here to the end of this. They be like, "What? Somebody stand my ground?" Like, I stood my ground to the end of the video, stuck around to the end of the video, and you was determined to get your financial IQ together. You just watching the story, you know what I'm saying? The Milk Tax, the Milkman Millionaire Mission story unfold from the rags to the millions. Yeah, dude, it's been televised and documentation. That part.